We are live. We are. Oh,
Hey.
there it is. Hey.
Oh shit, are we live? Wait, mute me for a
Yes,
second.
we
Yeah.
are live right now. And you
Unless you're listening
have.
to this in the future, and then we were.
Hello,
Hello?
hello, what's up, bro?
Hey, it's the What's Up Bro podcast. We talk movies, sports, TV shows, pop culture, and it's funny, motherfuckers. With Nary Signs. I'm like, what? How can this... They have Photoshop. Photoshop exists when this artist rendition was done. How the fuck is this not cooler looking than a sketch that looks like it was done by a hillbilly off the side of the road? What the fuck are we talking? Why is this a thing?
So you're telling me there's a chance?
With Missy
Just let me finish my thought before you fucking interrupt me. Wrong room to ask questions.
Welcome to the party, pal!
and Mike Markadal.
I'm just glad I like vanilla, boring sex like this. I'm glad that the sex I enjoy won't get me killed.
That's how winning is done.
Hey, I'm Dave Chappelle, and this is What's Up, Bro.
Back to being live. Never
All
mind.
right. And we're recording. Welcome to
Hi.
the What's Up World podcast. I am Nary Science, not Mary Science. I am Nary Science.
Did somebody say Mary Science to you?
Yeah, the captions on the Facebook video reel that I posted yesterday. I said, "Hi, I'm Mary Science." You can see it also on our WuBro.
Well, now you got your future
Uh,
drag name.
Well, I do
Yeah.
feel like, yeah, Mary's. I was gonna make another joke. That is way better. Mary Science sounds like you dress up in drag and you teach children about space and stars and the sun and whatnot.
Like Miss Frizzle.
Yes.
a professor. What's his name? What was that scientist that had a kids TV show?
Like Bill Nye?
Bill Nye the
Bill
Science
Nye. There was
Yeah.
another one though, right? There was another one that didn't. They were like competing for a minute.
Man? Beekman's World.
Oh.
You remember Beekman's World? I love that guy.
Cut.
Well,
That's a deep
that was
cut.
like the science, but there was like some girl, like that was her whole character, was that she was a girl, and then there was a guy in a rat costume, like a
Yes.
lab rat.
Yes,
I fucking loved that show. Beekman's
Of
World.
course
was the
you did.
shit, dude.
it was awesome. It was. I enjoyed it better than
I
Bill
wonder it
Nye,
aged well.
only because it's silly and like it was like literally meant more for children. And I was like, this show is amazing.
I mean, to be fair, like there was a few different like I remember when I was real little, Mr. Wizard was the like you can do science at home as a kid.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. There's a whole
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to look up YouTube. I'm trying to look up the YouTube for Beekman's World.
I wonder if it holds up. I hope it does.
Yeah, I don't think that Beekman was like these bitches love science.
I don't know, but the simple fact that there was probably a person like as a lab rat, probably
Yeah, like
like PETA wouldn't be about it.
Well, he was. It was always like tongue in cheek. It was great. Beekman's World was great. There's another.
I
guy who's
remember
kinda
loving
like,
it.
Yeah, there's another guy who's kind of like that on YouTube called, God, what's it, Mr. Disenchantment or Doctor? What he like debunks internet videos that are like fake or whatever. Like
Okay.
he's got like half his face painted. God, what the hell's his name?
I don't know. But it just sounds like basically Adam ruins everything but for science.
That's a whole other show that was too ahead of its game. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
love
Adam
Ruins
ruins
Everything.
everything would be so good right now. Like Gen Z would love it.
They actually
would've-
did. An
No,
Adam
what are you talking
ruins,
about?
Adam
What do you-
ruins
it-
everything.
No, but not on TV, but they did it on TV.
What do you guys taught you?
On TV
Hold
though.
on,
but I'm saying like
Mary's glitching. Hold on,
It is on
let it,
TV.
what are you
no,
talking
I'm
about?
saying like exactly. I'm saying like on TV, like
But
if
it's
it
on
was more
TV.
geared toward the. I'm saying if it was more geared toward the internet again. So it's on TV now.
You mean doing new
But it's
episodes?
still on the internet. It is doing.
But
new
it's not doing new
episodes.
episodes. Not on the internet.
Yes.
Adam ruins everything.
Oh my
No.
God. Adam ruins everything. I think if it's not doing new episodes right now, it was doing new episodes like in 2020, which is not that long ago, and there's still like
No.
1,000 episodes on the internet. That's how I
They
watch
got
it. I never
canceled.
watch it on TV, by the way.
They're on
It-
HBO.
It shows on TV, but no, they're on
No, I'm also right. It's on HBO Max.
I was watching it on Hulu, on not Hulu, the other one. God, motherfucking Peacock. Was it Peacock? Fuck, forgot. But I was like, I show people
Peacock's
episodes of
huge
certain
with Gen Z.
topics whenever talk about it. Anyways, hold on. That. I wanted to share the Beekman's World.
Can we share it?
I like how. Yeah. Well, it's on YouTube, so look. That's the girl.
We can't see anything.
No.
You can't see anything. It should be coming up
Dude,
soon.
you have so much lag right now. You need to not be sharing
Yeah.
your screen right now. I will do it because there is so much lag. All yeah, man.
See, like, if you would not have reminded me of Beekman's World, I would have just assumed those were like acid dreams. Just like,
yeah, like just fever dreams.
just these crazy fever dreams. I'm like, why can't I remember a man in a rat costume? Glowing things behind him.
Hold on, let me do.
I think that Beekman's World was my Fraggle Rock of my teen years. In that sense, it's like, did that happen? I don't know if that happened. Don't play it with the sound, Mike.
Don't play it with
share
the
the
sound.
sound.
Okay.
Yeah, don't share the sound.
What? Okay, fine.
Because I don't want to get fucking. I don't know. Yeah. Tell that to the U.S. Tennis Association, man. I'm not playing them. Fuck around with them.
This is
the penguins.
Puppets. This show had. It's like a Stefan sketch. It's like this show
It
has
has
everything.
everything.
Penguin puppets, Mr. Magoo, fake snow on a fake television. Like it literally has
A man rat.
Yeah,
A girl.
genuinely.
Who's just a girl. Just
That
there.
was like to be fair, in the 90s, that was like
can't
the
re- I'm
extent
honestly-
of
I
a
can't
woman's
remember.
character. There
Yeah,
was
pretty much.
there was always just that's the girl of the group.
Yes.
And by the way, in all fairness, in my memory of Beekman's World, the girl was not the dumb one. The rat was. So it's not like they played her down. She was just a girl. It wasn't like she was the dumb one. The dumb.
No. I'm making the joke. I'm making the joke.
They didn't. No. I'm making the recollection. Like it's unlocking memories right now. And I'm like, she wasn't.
You're
like,
a robot. You're an absolute robot.
God, yeah, it's really bad.
We need to not share. We need to not share at the same time.
I know, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's
We
more.
need-
It's not that. No, it's not that we're. It's Neri's connection. Genuinely, like the speed is too slow. We got to turn the camera off.
Turn the camera off. You think that?
Yeah, that makes
Go
it.
back,
That makes
go
it better.
back to actual podcasting.
Yeah.
How do I turn the camera off?
There's
The
usually a
button that
button.
says stop cam. There it is. We are a train wreck today. What are we doing? Jesus Christ.
Oh no, he just left the
He
studio.
just left. Oh no.
Okay, just so the audience isn't aware, like before we even started recording, I was the one going through technical difficulties, having I was having a boomer moment of like, I don't know how to turn my camera.
The reality is that we're shooting like the fact that this show happens is a miracle. Like I'm in New York City. You are where in Australia? What city? You're in
Brisbane, Australia.
In Brisbane, Australia.
Mary's
And
in
Neri
the
is
ocean.
in the ocean. Mary's in the middle of the ocean.
Also, I'm in the middle of the ocean while there's a hurricane not too far away from me.
Where is it, by the way?
Category 4.
Dedication.
It's right now. It's in Tampa.
Yeah. But like, where are you? Like, I guess where are you?
I am.
Where are
sailing
you
back I'm in between St. Thomas. I'm in the Caribbean. I'm in between St. Thomas and the Bahamas.
Yeah, but the
I'm in
Caribbean
that.
wouldn't exactly have great signal at the minute post hurricane.
Yeah, I would imagine it's like when DirecTV was anytime a cloud would pass by, it would just be like.
Man, people that had DirecTV. Like I never had money for DirecTV. We never had money for DirecTV, but people who they absolutely loved. They would be like, oh, so what? It's only when the weather's bad. I'm like, but we live in Miami. The weather's
the weather
bad.
is bad all the time.
At random.
Where on the map are you? What color are you right now?
No, I'm nowhere near there. No, I'm to the east.
Oh, you're
I'm
further
in the middle of the
up.
ocean. Yeah, I'm in
By
the
the way,
middle of the
you
ocean.
sound fantastic right now.
Yeah, you sound something better. It's because you're not trying to pump video through.
I'm trying to pump something. No, never mind.
Yeah.
All right. All right. By the way, with me as usual is Mike Mercadal and Steph Animator Senior.
That's
10 minutes
right.
in.
Yeah.
We are
That's
here
right.
as well.
We are What's Up, Bro? Absolutely.
And
Yeah, there's a hurricane
We are
going
a
on right now.
smooth running operation.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because I'm getting a bunch of calls and text messages from people, and it's very nice. I want to say that it's very nice to hear people calling and checking in. I mean, like, hey, man, how's the family? I know there's a hurricane down there, but it's also lets me know, as nice as they are, they have no idea, A, how hurricanes work,
Right.
and B, where Miami is and where Tampa is in comparison. It's like, yeah, no, the hurricane's in Tampa. Yeah, but you're like, it's the same thing, right? You're in Miami. I'm like,
Okay.
it really
but
isn't
like the
same
color,
thing,
the
though.
color is all over the place.
There
Yeah,
it
I don't
is.
know.
Like my mom went to go do her mall walk workout at Dolphin Mall today. So like it's not the same. They were showing pictures of the fucking Tampa Bay where the storm surge, because you know how when it spins, the hurricane one side pushes and the other side pulls. So as it's pulling the water away, they were like, there's no water in Tampa Bay. Like it was like miles and like you could, as far as you could see.
That's freaky.
That's
freaky.
But the thing is that if you grew up in Florida, you know anything about hurricanes, you're like, that's when you have to get the fuck away from there, because there will be that water's coming back. You know what I mean? Like, leave, like don't be there.
Mike,
when the water
100%. Any single time I would ever see water go away from me more than I'm expecting, I would be like, I'm gone. I'm out. I'm not playing. I'm not playing with this. I'm not gonna poke it.
That's not accurate. That's when you got to get closer to the surge, because that's as a weatherman, that's how you can prove that you're a good weatherman. Is when you get as close as
Jim
humanly possible.
Cantori or whatever his name is.
There's always a guy. It's always a guy. Like, look, it's completely dangerous. Please stay away. You should be away, buddy. You should not be here.
There are green screens.
Where's? Oh God, I gotta find that picture. Where is it? Where is it? Which one was it? It was that the one that Jeff sent. There was people were mocking this lady on the internet, but unironically, it's a great, fantastic idea what she did. And hold on, let me find it. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, this woman is holding a microphone. What is on the microphone?
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
That's
It's a
definitely
condom.
protected from moisture.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't even know what that is. I wouldn't even know what that is.
Hey, vasectomy bros, high five. We don't need that shit no more.
Well, I'm knocked up. I haven't seen one in ages.
Yeah, right.
I'm saying I have 3 kids. I clearly have not seen one in a very long time. It was,
they were mocking, like people were like making fun of this lady on, and there was another person who had on. This is such a common, like it is such a perfect useful tool. The unlubricated condom. It has to be unlubricated, otherwise you get goop onto the audio equipment. But whenever there's like concerts and stuff, like
that's the medical term, right? That's the medical term, goop.
Goop is 100% a medical term trademarked by Gwyneth Paltrow. It's like a rubber. It's like a perfect little rubber encapsulating device, and it protects everything. You know, people would put microphone packs in there. They stretch. They fucking hold like tons of liquid, and
not tons. It's about 2 kilos.
Yeah,
not tons.
Yeah. Why do you know that?
No, there's just no reason. No
No, why?
reason. I gotta go to the bathroom in a
No,
minute. I gotta
How'd
go
you
to the
learn?
I mean, look,
bathroom.
let's
How'd you learn?
yeah, no, let's be real. Who hasn't made water balloons when you were younger with those
Sure,
instead?
water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
measure
Younger.
who
when I
doesn't
was-
measure water? Who doesn't measure water in kilos? Of course.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The idea that
How
Oh
More
my
than
god, I
that,
just realized Stephanie's Australian now, and that's how they actually measure water now, is in kilos.
no, they measured in liters.
That's how you guys do
Yeah.
shit, right? Liters,
Not
yeah,
liquid.
Yeah, yeah, well, you
Not the
know.
liquid though.
Yeah.
Have you in our all our experiences in hurricane times? Have we all been outside during a hurricane?
Yes.
We've all like experienced the physical force of standing outside during a hurricane. You've never done it?
No. That
You never
sounds like you're taking your life. No. At the
was
most,
a
I
very
remember
dumb 12-year-old.
driving when there were. I remember at one point a couple of years ago actually driving when there were tropical storm bans. Remember there were still bans like remnants of bans, and I was actually driving from Tampa to Miami, and there were just and so there was a lot of rain or whatever, but it was tropical storm bans. It wasn't hurricane bans, and it wasn't. I'm not. That's crazy talk. I'm not doing that shit.
During Andrew.
Yeah, and I've been bike riding in it.
Yeah, I did. We like. I'm not above doing dumb shit, but it was like during Andrew. I remember I was a little kid, and I went outside and I got knocked down because I was like, I didn't know what was going on. I was like 11 or whatever. And I walked outside in the backyard, and the thing is that my grandparents, we went through it at my grandparents' house, and they had a giant grapefruit tree in the back, just full of grapefruits. So the whole world, my whole house, sounded like it was getting bombed by grapefruits. It was like, and the whole side of the house was like shellacked with grapefruit refuse, like the damage of grapefruit, like being smashed against the wall. Just going to show you how good the house was built. It didn't do anything, but like just being bombarded with grapefruits. And I think back, like I went outside like an idiot, and I got knocked down, and I had to go back inside. Thank God it was the wind and not a fucking grapefruit the size of a softball hitting me in the fucking head. Like, can you imagine? Like, how do you explain that to like poor Mike? We lost him to grapefruit.
It would have been what's up, bro. It would have been what's up, bro. With my guess as normal, Chris Kwan. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
That's the timeline variant that we would have created.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, when Wilma, the year of Katrina and Wilma, there was like a bunch of hurricanes that hit.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Rita, Wilma, Katrina, and some other one. Jeannie. Was it Jeannie? I don't remember what.
Jeannie was the one where it was Charlie, Wilma, Jeannie. Like 4 hurricanes hit within a month of each other.
Yes.
And it was all on the west. They were all on the West Coast.
That year was the year I was living with roommates. I moved out of my mom's house, and I was like living with roommates. And that was the year that we didn't have power. So like it was like sunset way west. And so like across the street from where the townhouse development was, there was no power. But like on the other side of the street, there was like the grid was fine. We didn't have power in my neighborhood for 4 weeks, like almost a full month. So we turned into like a tribe. We were like MacGyvering shit. It was like
sounds awful. That sounds awful.
It was so fun. I loved it. Everybody brought their barbecue to one of the biggest backyard, the house with the biggest backyard. So we would cook for a bunch of people. Everyone, all the food in everyone's freezer started to go bad. So we were literally like eating like kings. All the stuff that people were saving, we were eating like champions, like steaks and fucking. Someone had bags and bags of lobster. It was awesome.
I just thinking about how hot it was and how I would not be able to sleep without the air conditioning. I'm sorry.
That did.
I just won't.
That did suck.
It was for Hurricane Andrew. We went like 3 or 4 weeks without power, and again I was like 10 years old, and it was brutal. And I just cannot imagine that as an adult that wouldn't happen. I would leave and go find any place that has AC. I would find friends. I would find whatever it takes, but I'm not sleeping with no AC. That's crazy. Talk to me.
I'm always used to my neighborhood banding together and like creating like a block party essentially.
It was great. We made friends with all the neighbors. We had a pool in the complex, so we figured out how to run the pool from the pool filter from a generator. So one day they went and they cleaned the pool out, and we were just all there by the pool, like just fucking chilling. And then I figured out a way to get hot showers for everybody by getting everybody's garden hoses, linking them all together with the spray gun at the end. You turn it on, it fills with water, and then you leave it on the driveway and let the sun heat it up. And then you go and you like run it through the bathroom window, and you would go.
We needed Beekmans.
Hot water. Yeah, we were fucking. we were fine. The AC was the only problem, but even then, it was like, I remember being like later in the year, like October or November or something like that. That was like
It was like
kind
of. If it was that one day, it better for a month. For a month, it better be that fucking. It better be that one day where it gets cold in Miami for 30 straight days. Fuck this. I cannot sleep in the heat, man. Brutal.
No, I'm really bad in heat now too.
You know, it's funny. I heard you tell your story, Mike, and when you said, "Oh, we got a bunch of water hoses," and you said you linked them, and for a second I thought you said you licked them. I'm like, I don't want that water. I'm fine. I don't need hot water.
What are you too good to drink from a garden hose?
Yeah, you just lick them, and you get hot water for showers. I'm like, I don't even know. No, thank you.
There's someone sitting there licking all the hoses.
I am.
Have you had
my mother-in-law? My mother-in-law was here recently. Huh?
No,
go ahead. You were saying.
I do need to give you guys a heads up.
And
sorry.
Okay.
The lag. Sorry. It's brutal. I do need to give you guys the heads up. I was gonna do it before we started recording. I can only record for another 20-something minutes.
I'm just gonna stay on by myself then. I'm gonna be alone because Neri has to leave to do a show. I'm just gonna get on here.
Yeah.
I was getting on here and talk.
But yeah, because something just changed for me. But there's one thing I want to talk about before I have to go. And it's not.
Oh, sure. Let's do everything you want to do.
Look, I was trying to segue into it, but then we kept talking about hurricanes, and I'm like, shit.
This is what happens. This is what happens when everybody has a separate agenda.
This is what happens when we don't talk about what we're going to record ahead of time.
Well, we don't. We never really do. What you wanted to talk about? You were mentioned it in the chat. The shit with what are they called? The Try
Guys.
Why is this such a big deal? Why are people like genuinely like freaking out over?
Because it's just another
I don't even know what this is.
Those... It's just another one of those situations where it's a guy who has made his brand how much he loves his wife is just his thing. That's like basically what you differentiate with him and this other group of people in this like comedy group they're part of. And then find out that he's been having an affair. I think the last I heard, it seems like the affair he was having was like at least a year long. Something like that. And in that time, he's had a new child. Like he's had a kid in that time.
Okay. Here, Jeff is saying the Try Guy shit is bananas. Now, here's my question. Here's my question. And I don't want this to sound in like callous or cold or kind of like uncaring. Why
did she blow him?
No, shut up. Why is infidelity like that? There's worse shit going on. Is it like, was there some underage thing going on? Was it like some sort of
sexting? It's because the person he had an affair with was actually an employee. So that is like already.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I get it. It's bad for them, but why are people so like parasocial with these fucking like internet?
Because it's one of the first. Because it's one of the first groups, mind you. They came along during the BuzzFeed era. So this is one of those rare instances where it's something that the millennials and Gen Z would actually have some sort of knowledge on, like a connecting thing, right? So they're like,
okay. So real quick. I'm trying to raise my hand, but I realize that I'm not on video, and I'm like an idiot still trying to raise my hand. I'm like, oh shit, it's not working. Can you? Because I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Can you, for the listener that might be out there that's just like me, who doesn't have never even heard of the Try Guys? I don't think you were, but okay, all right. Because I'm getting more from Jeff right now in the comments. I'm getting more from Jeff.
Yeah. So the Try Guys. Okay. So the Try Guys were this group of guys that came around during, I want to say the beginning of when BuzzFeed really took off. They were just like a group of guys. They happened to start working together and doing a lot of videos together, and they became one of the biggest hits, like millions of views and likes and all this stuff on each video for BuzzFeed. So they were one of the, they show like as the example that all these other people at BuzzFeed had to meet. And BuzzFeed was one of those big, like first big social media things that took off also on YouTube and actually was able to have multi-platforms. And then I want to say in
I think what Neri needs to know.
I think 2014.
What they do is they would literally just be filmed trying things, and they would do their whole thing was that they were these guys that were trying things, and that was the whole brand. And they would put them in. It was like a reality series of these guys trying things.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
It was also like always with a comedy bent. Like it was supposed to be lighthearted. They did have some serious stuff, and I think once they started being a little more real in the stuff that they were trying, the new experiences they were trying, was when people started really liking them, when they're showing more of their personality. 2014, I think it was, they left BuzzFeed. They were one of those first people to actually really leave and make a big thing of leaving, bought their own brand, and started their own company. And from there, they've had their own production company. They have various different like shows that they put on. They have their own podcast. And people really, you tend to like, there's 4 of them. There's different ones that people tend to like, it's kind of like a boy band in that way, where you like have the one that you like the most.
Right. But the whole point of it now,
but you're the brother.
They did kind of encourage,
but
yes, they built the brand around all these different. Okay, they built the brand around all these different personalities. Keith is the funny one. He's the one who's in an improv group. He has his own thing going. Zach is a very innocent, like goofy one. Eugene is like fabulous, and he talks about his actual, like, he's the only one who's actually a person of color. He's like, he's the one who's able to actually speak toward like being gay and being Asian and growing up in Texas, and like his stuff is a lot more personally, you can see which was my favorite. And then there's Ned, who's just, he's a guy. Like, you can't really describe him other than he loves his wife. That is literally, that his defining feature is the fact that he constantly brings this woman up to the point where he's made it part of his brand. Like, he's actually made money off of this. He's had brand deals with his wife. He's brought her into the company. Had like cookbooks with her.
Jeff says he and his wife go around holding conferences about being righteous in relationships. Now, let's
so the
get
fact that they
to
put themselves in a
events.
position of they put themselves in a position of expertise. So, like, she's going along, like, from what we know, she's going along believing all this and like living this life with this person who adores her and loves her, and she now has 2 children with, and a lot of her business is now tied in with his business, and they've been able to make money off of their fans because of their relationship. And then just in the end, just finding out. Yes?
No, I just like the way you said money. You got money. So she's being able to make money. Yeah. I'm like, oh,
this is okay. Nice. So one of the things that should be like stated here is that it's a show. Like they work for like these are characters. Like, they're not them. Like, that's the frustrating thing.
But the thing is they pitch it as if they are. Like, they encourage this parasocial relationship. But like a lot of them.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, on YouTube and all this stuff, what the issue is that these people, especially like when they were BuzzFeed, these are the YouTube channels that got in on this first big wave of YouTube monetization, right? Mm-hmm. So like that was when like people were doing reaction videos and getting like millions of dollars, like where the gaming streamers started doing stuff on YouTube. These are all just people putting out content, and BuzzFeed, which is a fucking big company, was in on it and hired these guys. Like, it's a show. Like, the thing is that it's presented on YouTube and during a time when people were like, hey, look at these guys. Isn't it funny? The thing is that people who like then start to develop these ideas, like, they become the parasocial relationships is one where you watch someone's content so much that you now consider them, you consider yourself to be their friend and them to be your friend. You have
I don't know if this is that kind of case.
But what I'm getting at is you're talking about these people like they're not characters on like
No, I'm talking about like this is their trope and their persona. Like this is their thing, right?
Okay, so you're
like,
separating your belief from the fact that character is what, because what happened is that now that this guy has been like what I've read about
it's their brand. That's why I'm using the word their brand. Like it's not one of those things where like this is solely. I think it's just one of those things where people start getting annoyed at the fact that like, it is this bit of feels like it's a bit of a red flag whenever any kind of act or performer makes like it's kind of, it feels overcompensating in a way because like don't forget, we just like John Mulaney was also a person that every single one of his comedy shows was about his wife and like how much he loved his wife and how cool his wife was and and a lot of people were just really surprised when in the end I think he went through a lot of stuff. I think there's probably a lot in the back there that we don't know about.
But again,
because he went through a lot of shit.
But again, the people who are like the social media around this is almost like demanding an explanation. How dare he? Like you don't fucking know him. You know his material. Like you don't know these guys. You know their content. You know, like they're just guys. And also they were making money off of what? How is it hard to believe that actors and actresses who make movies pretend to still be in love when really they're not, and then eventually it comes out that they're good. You mean like it's all performance?
I think a lot of people are more. I think a lot of people were like annoyed because I think a lot of people were annoyed at this whole like someone coming off of this like high horse of morality, trying to do everything right, saying they're doing everything right, and in the end they're actually just like anyone else.
So what I think is difficult. What Mike is to answer your question, Mike. Why do people care? Is because it's not seen in a traditional format as a scripted show, because they are giving the appearance of being quote unquote real or quote unquote so what I'm looking for,
because they are also their own production company.
It's hard.
Right? Like
it's easier to it's easier to disconnect the other. You know what I mean? When you watch something on a Fox or CBS or something, and you see like these are the credits, and it's Ty Burnell as the dad, and that's easier to disconnect when you hear Ty Burnell cheating on his wife. Not that he ever did. I'm giving an example of a TV dad, and he's the first one that came to mind. But if you hear such and such actor cheating on his wife, you go, oh, you are able to disassociate yourself. It's easier than when you go, hey, these people that I've been watching for X amount of time that they've have a show on the internet that this guy talks. It's easier to disconnect when you hear, so Neri Signs as dad. It's easier to disconnect that than it is to disconnect.
I think you're also assuming that this is actually an acted out scripted show.
It's like, not. That's not.
Well, no, I'm saying what. Okay. No. But what Mike is talking about is that because
they straddle that weird line, right? Like they straddle that weird line of like. They have now a bit of professional, like they have a bit of professional backing behind them. They are their own production company. But they're also the bosses of that company.
I'm separating. Yeah, but Mike separating above it. I'm
not
talking about
Mike is talking about.
I'm trying to talk about like why there's that weird. But I'm trying to explain like why there is that weird kind of crossover, because it's kind of like being that blend between being entertainment and also like you're kind of like influencers who like they show things in terms of like, oh, this is me as an actual person trying this thing. This is me as an actual person. Like there's a different
their personalities, not characters, is what you're saying.
Yes. They like market themselves
entertainment
that way.
Personalities.
Yes.
Right.
And that's one thing that is kind of always been a bit of their selling point and their brand. So it's just very, I think, off brand, and I think it's just everyone kind of were shocked to find out how fake that person was.
So what's happening now? And I don't want to use the word fake because humans make mistakes no matter how much but whatever. I'm like, there's only so much you could say this. I could say about this as a man before the eyes start coming on me. I'm like, fuck this. I'm not defending.
Yeah, I'm like, I think like a year-long affair isn't just a mistake.
It is a mistake. It's a year-long mistake. I mean, that could be. Again, I'm not doing this. You're not gonna trap me into defending this guy because I'm not.
You already fell in the hole. You already there.
No, I didn't. I'm literally saying I don't no me gusta here. I don't like it here. I'm moving the fuck on. But my question is, so what's happening now? So he had an affair, and he's at. I'm assuming did
He
have
got
the kid with
immediately
the other
let
woman
go.
or with his wife?
But why
Also, he
did
got let go.
No.
Yeah, that was my question. So he got fired for this?
Yeah, the rest of the guys like.
And they wouldn't even
him
let
out.
him try to do. One of the things that he could try is redemption, and they didn't even let him try the redemption angle. I
No,
don't
because
understand.
don't forget, these are, like I said, these are also people who made their work off of their personalities.
Right.
Their partners have also become personalities in this group. People, their fans, have connections to their partners, as in the wife actually has fans. The wives of the other guys
Sure.
and the partners of the other guys are all besties now and have their own podcast and show together.
Yeah, but this
If
wouldn't be.
I'm
He
a-
wouldn't. he's not the first
if I'm
person to
someone,
cheat
if I'm
on his-
a person, I have a group of friends, and my friend fucked over one of my other friends, and my partner is best friends with them. I can't stay friends with that person. I can't. At that point, you got to be like,
The-
"Oh, no, you're
See, I
you're
think
the
that's naive. I think that the idea that this was anything other than a business decision is naive. I think that it's not about them being friends. It's about that guy.
No, it's about
is
you're not
now
about to screw
bad
yourself
for his
over. You're
image.
not about to. I'm saying you're not about to screw yourself over that way. You're not about to piss off the fans that way. They can't keep this guy in there if he's publicly now screwed over some of the other personalities on this like platform. Like it's
So
one of those
much-
things where
So much of modern internet culture and like TikTok and all that stuff is about brand, like that people like encouraging the people to view you as the content creator, as like to build like it encourages those weird I want to use another word instead of parasocial, but like those weird connections that go beyond entertaining, like enjoying a piece of media, right? Like comedians have been that for a long time, right? Like when Dane Cook was like, the most famous comedian on the planet, there was everyone who was just like, oh, Dane Cook, Dane Cook. And it's like, okay, but and then he doesn't put out a special for a while, and then he slowly disappeared. But like he got bigger than his material because he was a celebrity comedian, right? So comedians have all, and now with John Mulaney, I've seen the people making comparisons about that. John Mulaney, he was talking about his wife. Yeah, because that's what was happening at the time. You know what I mean? Like he was married at the time, and then he wasn't. Like he talked about his wife a lot because that's what he was doing. And that was the like. That's why I feel like the associations.
I think sometimes people forget that a bit of entertainment is also business moves and PR, though. And like,
I love how
you
Neri
are
has his
going
own
to
little
set your
show
fan
going on with the
base.
comment section.
Well, because people are viewing this, and we don't have to mention each comment, but I like putting them up so that people viewing it could also, you don't do that when you're watching a movie.
So
You don't be like,
distracting.
oh, I could also,
I paused it on
also-
Amazon Prime to see the Amazon Prime X-ray facts.
There you go. I don't pause it. I just fucking hover over it and be like, oh, he was in that movie. Okay, good.
Okay,
Continue,
he's
yeah.
also in that. But
That's what
I'm
it
sorry, I
stops
don't mean to
me
be
from
so
going doing
combative.
the deep dive. It stops me from doing that deep dive on Google of like, where do I know you from?
Yeah.
Where do I know you from? And like, what's your name?
This is such it's a weird thing to lose your job over infidelity. I think that's a weird thing to happen.
I don't think so. Not if the person you had an affair with is an employee. Not.
Again, if it's consensual,
100%.
it's consensual. Like I think
No, if
again,
they're
these are very
These are
muddy
adults,
waters, and
man.
it's very gray. Yeah, these are adults in gray areas, and I'm not saying that I'm not totally against any possibility or there's no situation where a firing isn't worthy, but I'm saying to automatically go there, it's just like, and again, there's only so much I could say, there's only so much I could be like, oh, I don't agree with this before the eyes start turning on me, so I don't want this kind of fight. I'm not asking for this kind of heat.
What are you talking
I'm just
about?
saying
What the fuck are you talking about? Who cares if you
Because
have
now you're starting to like try to you're trying to distance someone.
No, this is a joke that I have. It's kind of like an inside joke that I have with Ricky Cruz when the whole thing with Tiger Woods happened and everybody was in an uproar, no pun intended. And Ricky was like, yeah, I don't see why people are surprised. He's a professional athlete,
A
like,
multi-millionaire
do you think-
professional athlete.
Yeah, but he's a professional athlete. Why is that? And so he said that like 2 times in front of women, and the women were like, "Oh, so you're saying that if you had money, you would cheat?" And he's like, "Whoa!"
That is
So
kind of what it says, though. It's
It's
like,
right,
oh,
so
you're
me and
absolutely
Ricky-
not. Ricky Cruz
So
is
me- it's
not a
abs-
millionaire
If you-
golfer.
No, but I'm saying that like,
that's what,
oh, you're like, oh, if I was in that,
conversation.
if I was in that position, I would expect for people to not be surprised if I did it.
Yeah,
Like,
but you're not.
This is the
Stop
conversation
weaponizing
right here.
empathy. You're
She's
not.
she is
one of those
immediately.
You're
Stephanie
never going to be.
I think it's
absolutely
one of those things where you can agree that something's just wrong, like without being like, why do people care that it's wrong?
Sure,
it's
You
wrong.
can just say
There's
that
no
it's wrong.
doubt
but
about it.
we're not saying that. We're not saying that. I'm not saying that infidelity is right. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I don't know if
you're
it's necessarily
surprised that
losing your
people
job.
care.
No, I don't. I'm not. That's Mike. I am not.
I
surprised
think
that
it's one
people
of those.
care.
I think
am.
in this
don't
instance,
lose
it
your job
100%
over
makes
it.
sense.
Yeah.
I think 100% in this instance it makes sense when you're in a small company, like it's a small business, and you're one of the people in a position of power. You're a co-owner in this company, and then a lot of your brand deals and money comes from your personalities and the life you brought in and you decided to bring in. You fucked up with the bag, man. You messed up everyone else's deals. It completely makes sense. It's not just like, oh, he had an affair. It's like, no, he had an affair with an employee. In a public setting.
You're saying two things. You're saying two things. Your first stipulation was, oh, with an employee, you deserve to get fired outright. And I'm saying if it's consensual and you're adults, even if you are an employee, what is that? It's not black or white to me. Then the other thing you're saying is about the business. That's separate. Then that's affecting the bag. It's separate from an employee. So if it's affecting the bag, here's my rebuttal to your. They have sponsors. They have partners that they have to, business partners that they have to respond to. This is my response. Is it possible to have those partners and have conversations about those partners and rebrand and be like, yeah, I fucked up. This is what happened.
That
and
is
this is my
far
new
too much
angle.
work for them. Let's be real.
That's again. That's
a PR nightmare.
I don't think it's a PR nightmare.
Okay.
Kevin Hart.
If he was,
I'll give you examples.
If he was a singular performer, don't forget he's part of a
you
collective. He's not a singular performer.
Again,
no one's going to want to put the attention on this just solely this. It's far.
He's not the
If
first
Jason
for
Shaz
them.
on his wife, does NSYNC kick him out of NSYNC?
Is the wife part of the brand? Is the wife part of like their selling point and the reason they're getting certain ads and getting certain sponsors, or the reason they're getting money? Like,
but does it
that's what I'm
diminish
saying.
The hits, you know what I'm saying? NSYNC still got the hits. It doesn't matter who's
Bill
sleeping with who.
Ned's biggest hits were anything having to do with his wife.
But you could
like,
rebrand
video
that.
having to do with his wife.
Preach.
I don't think Try Guys Try Divorce is gonna be like. That's what I'm saying. Try Guys Try Divorce is gonna be a really downbeat episode.
No. Try Guys Try Therapy, marriage counseling. Try Guys Try, or
not Try Guys
again.
No. Time. Not Try Guys. This guy tries divorce counseling. This guy learns how to online date as a middle-aged man. This guy is an asshole.
Brought to you now. New sponsor.
This guy is gonna realize this guy is gonna realize what it's like being a non-celebrity without the backing. Like he was. It's one of those things where he wasn't the JC of the group. He was like, who's the one that we forget his name all the time? He was that one.
Joey Fatone?
No, we don't remember. We remember Joey.
You put respect on Joey Fatone's name.
We don't.
No, it wasn't Joey Fatone.
We don't forget about
any of them. The guy called. Was his name Chris? Was his name Chris?
JC Chazet.
The other guy, the white guy with the dreads.
What? You forget about Chris Kirkpatrick? You shut your mouth.
Yes, 100%. I got the white guy with dreads. Of course, I forgot about him.
Oh my god! What are you talking about? He has colorful dreads. How the fuck do you forget about that guy?
In all fairness, NSYNC does introduce him as this guy sings with us. This guy goes on tour with us. What's his name? This guy goes on.
They introduced Joey Fatone.
That's what I'm saying.
They introduced Joey Fatone as Joey Fat One. That's how you spell his name, Joey Fat One, and he was the fat one. Like that's hilarious.
I remember that joke.
All right,
so I remember that, and I remember him just being regular sized.
He's the normal guy. Here's
but his name wasn't Joey regular size.
Joey,
was
this
Joey
guy.
Fat One.
Here's my problem.
People like you are the reason I have to like workshop my children's names all the time.
Absolutely, he's a valuable resource. You don't give a kid a shitty name.
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Mary Science, motherfucker. Yeah. Please tell me, Stephanie, about fucking having to workshop names. Okay, sure. I'm the reason.
I will say this.
Mary Science.
This is my big problem with all of this. Here's my big problem with all of this is that Mary Science is too good a name. But here's my problem with all of this is the weaponized empathy where people feel like they have to put themselves in the position of the other person. They have to give their opinion. They have to be vocal. If I was in that, who gives a fuck if you were in that situation? You're not in there. You know what I mean? Like everybody feels the need to give their opinion. And this is such like small potatoes kind of thing to me. Like where I remember it matters as much to me as the John Mulaney thing. Like, wow, what an interesting gossip story.
Look,
you know,
it's also really funny.
It's
just really funny
life.
that this one completely bypassed the Adam Levine one. It's just really funny that this like random internet like social media guy.
Adam Levine's a rock star. It's
I gotta be honest with you.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that's what's funny. What like Adam Levine must be really relieved because like all of a sudden everyone was looking at him and everyone turned and be like, no, fuck you specifically.
I gotta be honest with you. I think this goes back to like what's in your algorithm, like this conversation we've had before in the past on this podcast. Because I've never heard of these guys in my entire fucking life. I am 5 seconds years old. When 5 seconds ago when you brought this up to us, and I don't know what you're talking about. So to me, the Adam Levine story was still very prevalent in my head. It was still like, oh yeah, and especially now that it became a meme. Like, oh my god, your body is so fucking hot.
Yeah. That body's out of control or whatever. Your body's so fucking hot or whatever.
So fucking out of control. It's like, to me, that's a thing. And I think it's based upon algorithms. Like to you, like my algorithms are set to puppies, workout videos, and hot chicks checking, trying to promote their fucking OnlyFans. That's my algorithm. So like I don't get these. And the only reason I know, and by the way, the only reason I know about Adam Levine, I'm being honest with you, is because like 4 comedians that I know, including Will Watkins, friend of the show, posted that meme of his picture with the "oh my god, your body's so fucking hot." That's the only reason I know about Adam Levine. Because if it wasn't for that, I'd be like, this Labrador is amazing. Look how cute this Labrador is. Like, I'm like, my algorithm is really. Oh, and the 49ers. That's it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. The only thing I'll leave. So, like, as someone who does not care about these guys and does not really care about any like celebrity news, right? Like, I like beyond the fact of like, oh, right, and let's see how funny that the memes are going to be. Like, it has so little impact on my life. Like zero impact on my life. I will still have to go to work in the morning. It will not impact my relationship. It has not disillusioned me in any way. You know, like it's just such any select, and I'm not just talking about the Try Guys. I don't mean to insult a thing that you like. I'm saying that even things that I like if Andor, I'm watching Andor, fucking amazing show. I love it so much. It's best Star Wars thing since Rogue One, which also has this guy. And if that guy came out and he cheated, he cheated on his wife, I'm like, oh wow, okay, cool. So when's the next episode of Andor? You know, like none of it matters.
You would say it's cool, Mike? You would say cool?
Fine, whatever. Consent, adults do whatever the fuck they want. I don't know his wife. His wife is not my cousin or something where I have to like defend her honor. She's just another lady.
We're Hispanic. We're all somehow related. Down the line.
I will say this:
according to 23andMe, I have a lot more cousins than I thought I did. And I already thought I had a lot of cousins. Like I was like, wow, this is a lot. I will say I'm not lying. My children's pediatrician, it turns out that he's a second or third cousin of mine. I'm not fucking lying. I learned about that through 23andMe, and I did the 23andMe like 4 years ago, and like 4 months ago, my wife takes our youngest daughter to the pediatrician. And the doctor walks in and goes, by the way, I'm like third cousin. It turns out that I'm third cousins with your husband, which I didn't know about because I haven't checked the app in 4 years. Because once I got my results,
also, you can't really miss a name like Mary Science or Mary Science.
Right, Mary Science. And he was Mary like, Science. Oh, I like science. Oh, wait, what? So she texted me, your family with the pediatrician. I was like, and I told her, I go, that's hilarious, but not all Nicaraguan people are actually related. And she said, no, but you two are. Like, you really are. And then I had to go log into the app again. And it fucking turns out that this guy, I have a doctor in the family. Who knew?
Don't get me started on the conspiracy of why BlackRock is the biggest investor in Ancestry.com. And all of that DNA tracking data is going to be used against
Where's your hat?
Huh?
Where's your
Black
hat?
Rock? What's Black Rock? I don't know what Black Rock is.
We're putting masks.
We're getting
Oh,
inside.
Halloween.
I'm going in.
What's Black Rock? I don't know what Black Rock is.
They're like an
I'm
investment firm that owns like a million things. They're just like the shittiest company to try and like leverage. They're probably like building underground bunkers for when the world ends for rich people. You know what I mean? Like
you literally said Black Rock, and I literally thought, well, he's half Samoan as well. That's where my mind went.
I'm just talking about the black half. I was just talking about the black half of the rock.
Yeah, I'm so tired of Black Rock. I'm like, but he's also Samoan Rock. Why you gotta fucking cancel?
I'm so tired of Black Rock. Did you mean Black Adam, the movie he's coming out? No.
That's why I was like, what? I gotta clarify before I make these statements. When I was like, what's happening here? Yeah.
Anyway,
That's
I
what
don't mean
Stephanie-
to harp. I don't mean to like shit on the idea that it's upsetting. I'm just curious as to why it matters.
I think Stephanie
so much.
was. I don't think Stephanie was saying that it mattered. I think Stephanie was saying like the irony. She was pointing out the irony of this character that was so in quote unquote in love with his wife and always bringing up his wife. That he's the one that ended up being caught in a scam. Yeah, he was a cheater so far that we know of. Madam, no, I'm kidding. But my hope that I think that's what she was saying. She wasn't saying that she cares specifically. She was saying like, oh my God, the irony. Like, let's talk about the irony because this is what happened. And then it just went down a cyclone, if you will, to use current a cyclone of Mike saying, why the fuck do you care? And me saying, what's going on? Who is this?
Yeah.
So we went down this rabbit hole of like, who cares? What's going on? I'm lost. Where's the white rabbit? What is it? Tea time? I don't know what's happening. I'm so lost.
Is there a celebrity? Is there a celebrity?
every once in a while on the show, I need to have just like a gossip section. Like sometimes I do actually want to talk about.
I feel you.
Every once in a while.
There's a
I'm
difference
fine
between
most of the time, but every once in a while, I'm like, I want a little moment of messy. I would like a moment of messy.
I'm with you.
That was your gossip partner.
I'm with you. What I'm saying is, I don't think you actually care. Like, oh my God, I'm sad. I think you were like, oh my God, I want to talk about this because the irony is palpable. Like, I think that's where you were going. And then Mike was like, why the fuck do people care? Like, Jesus, take it easy.
That and also, what was fascinating was one, how quickly it started trending on Twitter, and also like how deep dive people were able to get on Reddit. There was like Reddit post that actually put together the Reddit post. There was a Reddit post that someone put together to show like all their proof, right? Like someone actually like amalgamized all these things, and we're able to show that in the last 3 videos that they put out on their channel that this guy was actually like cropped out. So for a while they've known something is up enough that they've been cropping him out of videos for a bit, even though he's one of the co-owners of the company. So that little deep dive, and then seeing people finally coming out with like the background footage, like for the last I'm gonna say 36 hours. I have no idea. I'm approximating. I've been looking at my phone, just being like, oh shit. Like there's a new piece and a new piece and a new piece. And then finally they had to come out and admit it.
I think that's my problem. Like not with you. That's
not
my
with
problem.
you. I think he's.
I was assuming you were presenting it as like you felt that way, and you're really just commenting about how people. That is what I'm upset about. That latching on to we gotta dig and we gotta find and we gotta go and we gotta look for more damaging information and we gotta find out.
Which is a shame because like there still is another human at the end of this, right? Like there still is. Like these are still people, and there still is a wife.
He's still a human.
But
he's still a human.
No, I was talking about the wife and the kids.
Yeah, but also what about the guy?
So the guy's not human. The guy's
at the minute, according to the internet, he's subhuman.
But why? Like that's the part that I look. And I'm not a cancel culture person. I don't believe in that bullshit. It's accountability, right? So like he fucked up in a way that his company is holding him accountable, but the social media aspect of the pitchforks and torches come out, and it's like in my mind I'm like, this guy.
I don't know if the pitchforks and torches are necessarily about just the cheating. It's about
anything though. They're looking
public. I think it's all of it. I think a lot of points that I've seen, a lot of people I've seen who have actually I want to say fans who have actually gone out and supported these people because their brand is their personality. This guy made his personal life part of his brand. The other guys did not. He made his personal life part of a lot of the show, of segments, Like he's the one who got everyone kind of involved in it in a way, like by showing it constantly.
So
And they
would
have
you
no
be mad?
respect for him. They
Would you
keep
be
him
upset?
around.
Would you be upset? Would you be as upset if the gay Asian character that you like, and I am using the word character because that's the word you used, if it turned out to be that he wasn't Asian, and you'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like it was.
My
It
mind
was.
would my mind would be fucking blown. My mind would be
Turns-
fucking blown.
He's not. I like how you didn't pick not gay. You were like, hey, he's not Asian.
mean,
No, yeah,
you
that
know,
would blow
just,
my fucking mind. It would. It would be. I'd
I'm
be
not-
like, that was because that at that point, that's a weird ass commitment. It's a weird ass commitment. And I'm just like, why did we make that so much of your
He's like,
personality?
surprise,
That's odd.
guys! I've been trying to be Asian the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm the king
Well, it's one of
try
those
guy
like,
because
look,
I've been trying. It's like the Prestige.
Yeah.
I'm actually
Look,
twins.
We've already
Spoiler
had a
alert.
Rachel Dolezal situation. Like I would be just genuinely mind blown.
Hello,
I'd just be
there's
like,
there's a
wow.
former there's a guy who was a police something commissioner. I don't know what the fuck he was, that he just got fired now. For like the last 10 years, he's been claiming he's made crazy. He said that he was black, even though he's
Oh
Cuban.
yes,
He said
I
that
saw
he's black. That guy. I mean, so this is not. So I just mixed it, you know. And also, I did it. I said it for the fucking comedy, because if you're gonna lie about being black, about being Asian or gay, the gay thing is easier. But let's read some of the comments real quick. Hold on. So we have on
Geek Ledger.
on Geek
YouTube.
Ledger on YouTube, which, just to make sure you guys are aware, you can also watch us on YouTube. The only thing I could say when I heard about the Try Guys was, oh, that sucks. I'd probably be more mad if I actually followed these dudes when they left BuzzFeed. So
yeah, I
Yeah, it's
followed
like,
them.
oh,
they left and he did not follow.
that's
Jeff
okay.
says people are finding videos that the Try Guys did for years where they literally talk about having affairs with coworkers, and that guy specifically talking down about it. And
Yeah.
then he says,
It's
and
hypocrisy
them
there.
doing lie. And Jeff also continues to say, and they did lie detector tests from years ago. And one of the questions asking if they think this guy and his wife will ever get divorced, and they overwhelmingly said yes. So that's another gotcha.
wait. So
like,
the Try Guys thought the
yeah.
other Try Guy was going to get divorced from his wife that he kept talking about.
yes.
Yeah. That some of them I think like even in the video they say that like sometimes it comes off as a bit much.
What? Here's the question. So like, in this world of Try Guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are cranking out content, right? And if
Yes.
in the spirit of the internet, once something is out, like like it happens on TikTok, like someone will get a viral video about something, and then their entire feed has to become about that, or people just stop watching it, right? So this one guy is the married guy, like, because like in every group of friends of 20 something, there's always one guy that got married at like 22 and he's married, and that's all he is he's married. Like there's always, like in fucking How I Met Your Mother, right? Isn't there, that's their whole thing, is that they've only been with each other and they're only those two people.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Marshall.
So like,
Lily and
like-
Marshall. Yeah.
right. So you lean into the content, even when that content, like, because again, it's just content. It's not their real life. It's presented as content. And at a certain point, like, hey, I guess
Right.
I can't really live the life I want because I've hitched my wagon to this idea of me being the married one, right? Like the character that's married. And then
Yeah, but there's a
I
difference.
don't think you should like live your career of being married.
Yeah,
but that's what he did, right?
No,
isn't
but
he say he
also- but
wrote
also-
books. They wrote
yeah,
books.
no,
they
but
did
there's a difference between
conferences.
like, I say
He
this all the
chose
time.
to do it, right.
I talk about my wife. Yeah, I talk about my wife in my act a lot, right? And this
Mhm.
happens. But I've also said to my wife, and I said this on a podcast with you, Mike, the other day. I've also said this to my wife, and again, it's in a joking manner, but also kind of like when I say the divorce album is gonna be amazing. Like the shit that I'm gonna be able to say on the divorce album is gonna be a great. It's gonna be titled The Divorce Album. Now, do I plan on getting divorced? No, I love my wife, and we are actually having a very good couple. My whole point is,
You're happy.
I'm not planning on that. But what you're saying it is like, well, you got a brand, now you got to stick with it. Like, no, you could change it.
No,
but
you
have
don't
to go to the
really-
extreme
People
opposite.
stay in relationships for dumber
he
reasons.
He
People
could have
stay in
gotten a
relationships
divorce
for
first,
dumber
and then
reasons. Absolutely.
dumber
But
reasons
he's,
than money. Dumber reasons than money.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good reason. But the idea, I'm not saying
That's
it's,
a
I'm
pretty
not,
good
look, I'm
fucking
not saying
reason,
it's right
bro.
or wrong.
Money.
I'm saying that, like, could you imagine if this guy's just like,
Oh,
it's like, I gotta love my
Stephanie
wife,
needs you to
whatever.
say that he's wrong. Stephanie.
No,
needs her
I'm
is
trying
wrong.
to piece
Stephanie-
together.
Infidelity-
I was trying to
infidelity
piece
is wrong.
together. I was trying to piece together the interaction you two were having because it seemed like you were disagreeing, but you were both saying the same thing.
Yeah,
At some points, I'm just staring at you both like you sound like you're disagreeing with each other.
that
but
is
you're
kind of
not.
our relationship.
No, I am disagreeing. I am
No, okay, I'm
disagreeing
just saying
in the
that's
sense
that
of
was that
what
face. That face was me being like, wait, you got to the same place though. Hold on.
No,
Oh, wait,
the
I didn't know
the
this.
disagreement
This
was
is
that
interesting.
just because you hit your wagon,
Yeah.
just because you
Also,
hit
the
your,
women he
hold on.
cheated with had.
I gotta,
Oh yeah,
I gotta go in a minute.
Yeah. Also,
I
the
do too,
woman
actually.
he
I gotta go in a
cheated
minute.
with,
But
had been engaged and in a 10-year relationship during this time also. So that's I think that's worse. She doesn't have a brand. She just works at the
No,
company.
she doesn't.
So she's
Yeah.
see, haha. There's
she
two
seems
people. Takes
indeci-
two
she
to
seems
tango.
indecisive. Yeah, she seems indecisive.
Yeah.
10 years without marriage. Come on, make it. Should
They're
have
engaged.
You know what I'm saying?
They were engaged. They were
I
supposed to
mean-
get married. They were literally engaged, planning
yeah.
their wedding.
After 10 years, no, they're not planning. You're saying planning their wedding. All you know is that they're engaged. I've literally talked to audience members who've been
They
engaged
literally
for 10
did. They
years.
did.
You're
they
no
did
longer
videos.
planning a wedding
They
at
did.
10 years.
They did videos about planning the wedding.
That
like-
girl, of the girl he cheated on with?
They had a video where all the girls tried on wedding dresses. She happened to be in the video as the person who was actually currently engaged.
Oh, the irony. The irony. That's hilarious. It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
it's palpable
You watch back now,
It's
and you're like, "Whoop."
oh my God.
Yeah.
Again,
There is a
Again,
lot of
did not
instances
age
that you look
well.
back and you're like,
That did not age well.
But that's a lot of the memes that are coming out
Now,
is like
quick
showing
question.
little clips because they have all these years worth of clips of these videos to show up and like, that didn't age well. That didn't age well. That
Yeah.
didn't. He literally has a bobblehead.
What if
He has a bobblehead that the sound bite on his bobblehead is my wife. Ned loves bad ideas, and it's like all this
Oh,
stuff. You're like, oh
Jesus.
fuck, this did not like. His
Well, if he's-
bobblehead.
I think it would
What
I
if-
think it would have I think it would have aged better if you would have been a character in the rat suit from Mr. Beekman's World.
Look, realistically, what ultimately we have to worry about people who talk about their wives a lot. Is that the message that we're getting? That if I say, oh, I love my wife, and I talk about my wife a lot because I'm in a happy relationship with my wife, people are going to be like, oh, well, that means it's
the running joke. No one actually means that. Everyone's
yeah, but I
just
talk
like,
about
"Well."
oh, God forbid, oh, fuck Borat's screwed. That guy says my wife all the time.
That's one of my favorite
hate
memes.
Borat.
One of my favorite memes.
Someone
is
already
just
made
one
that. Of
person
course
being
someone
like,
already made that joke.
it's the internet.
Of course.
Yeah, man.
They already made
I
it.
gotta
They
go.
made it a video. They made it like
continue.
I actually have to run too.
No, I'm gonna stay on. I'm gonna stay on and talk to whoever wants to talk. I'm gonna read.
You
Am I the asshole?
You should do Am I the Asshole? You should do Am I the Asshole?
I'm gonna do it by myself. I'm gonna do it myself.
It's a good one. Stephanie put a good one out there too.
I'm gonna read.
So,
I'm gonna read
love
them all.
you.
I don't care.
I know. Okay, read both of them. I'll
Yeah.
watch along as I walk to the next place I have to go.
Of
to.
course. Of course.
I will chime in the comments.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean,
Bye.
like, what am I gonna do? No. Do I really do this? Okay, everybody. Now that they're gone. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what to do. Ultimately, I've been left alone. And now we have to make do. Post in the comments if you which one we want to go with. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend to get rid of her creepy dummy? Or thank you, Jeff. I will take off my shirt later for you privately. That's on the OnlyFans. Or we have where's this one? Am I the asshole for kicking a server out of my wedding? Kicking a server out of my wedding, or getting rid of her creepy dummy? Who is okay? All right. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend to get rid of her creepy dummy? This one. No, I'm gonna call it audible. Jeff votes for kicking the server. Here we go. Am I the asshole for kicking a server out of my wedding? I, 25 female, and my husband, 30 male. 5-year age difference, okay. And I got married last Friday. We planned our dream wedding down to our dream catering company. What was a dream catering company? The wedding was beautiful. After the pictures, we headed to our cocktail hour, and that's when I saw her. My guests were all told to wear dark colors, so my husband and I stood out. I also asked my guests to wear minimal makeup. I had assumed that applied to the staff too. Hold on. This person invited people to a party, told them what to wear and how much makeup to wear. Okay. The server, 19-ish female, had on clearly too much eyeliner. She also had diamond studs in her ears, a flashy ring, and one of those ugly nose studs. The staff uniform was a black long sleeve shirt, but on her it was too low cut and her pants were far too tight. It was super distracting. Sure, that sounds like it would be low cut and tight. Sure, sounds like it draws the eye. She was walking around serving drinks and talking to my guests. I asked another member of the staff to speak to their boss. When their boss came out, I pointed out the server and asked that she be dealt with. Okay. Ooh, the words dealt with I do not like. Because she was super distracting. Their boss apologized and called the server back into the kitchen. Not even an hour later, the server was back out serving food for dinner. I called the boss over again and asked if the server could work in the back or go home. Her boss said they were short-staffed tonight, so she would see what can be done. Oh, fuck. After a couple of hours of not seeing her, I saw the server again behind the bar. I called the boss out one last time and told her if the server didn't leave, I would be calling the cops. The boss finally relented and told the girl to go home. Wow. My husband and mother-in-law said I was acting crazy and that I probably got a poor college kid fired over nothing. You didn't get her fired. They hate you. My mother and maid of honor said it's my wedding, so I can do as I please. It's my wedding, and I don't want someone overshining me, and the server should know she's at work and not dress up so much. I do feel kind of bad because she was pretty young. Am I the asshole? Okay. Realistically, there's a lot of the standard rules for Am I the asshole and What's Up, Bro? We go by what's in the post and only what's in the post. Everything else is conjecture. Everything else is we're figuring it out as we go. And we're guessing. But what's in the post already is so fucking oh god. I pointed out the server and asked that she be dealt with. Ugh. How dare you deal with and you're gonna call the cops over someone's like titty meat hanging out? Like, get the fuck out of here. Oh my god, so disrespectful. Let's see. Jeff, she's the asshole. Played it clear. Boom. I hope her husband is one of the Try Guys. I do hope that God, like, if you imagine if you're the husband and you're just there, you're like, imagine if there was like no sign of this happening like before, like she'd never been this kind of person, an asshole. And she was just like pure and sweet, and all of a sudden she just locked onto some lady's eyeshadow and titties and was like, fuck, like what a weird time to like Hulk out. Stephanie, so she's mad she was hot. Envy can be an ugly thing. Jealousy can be an ugly thing. Yolanda, see you tomorrow. I agree, she is the asshole. And Stephanie, Mayor Senior, 100% she wasn't fired. Yeah, there's no way this lady, you didn't get anybody fired. You're the shitty customer that they have to work around. You're not the boss. You didn't get anybody fired. She's not even in trouble. In fact, they're going to come up to her and be like, "Hey, I'm sorry. That lady's an idiot." And no way. Steph saying, "Yep, she was salty that she was young and hot." Dealt with sounds like a mafia boss ordering a hit. At a certain point, again, going back to the previous Try Guys conversation, it doesn't matter. Like, if you're that, if that person can derail your entire wedding to the point where you are going to call the police, that you're going to call the cops, and for what? Again, the cops are not like hall monitors or lifeguard. They are not there to guide you. They're there to arrest people who are committing crimes. What crime could this woman have been committing like that? You're gonna call the police. Definitely not. Yeah, definitely the asshole. I mean, the fact that her mother and maid of honor were like, "It's your wedding, you can do as you please," is again a huge sign that maybe this guy, this guy maybe need to rethink. I would imagine this guy. Imagine you're on your wedding day and you're there like, I do, and everybody's having a good time, and then you had to deal with your wife being like, I don't want anybody wearing bright colors. You'd be like, okay, baby, that's fine. We'll ask everybody wear like dark, muted colors. No makeup. I'd be like, oh, okay, all right, cool. Yes, thank you. We'll make sure that everyone has, either like a mask. Should we wear like masks, like eyes wide shut, so no one can see anybody's faces, and we're the only two faces? No, okay, that's weird. That's weird. But you asking people to wear dark colors and no makeup is not okay. Fine. I'm just saying. Try divorce. Here we go. And now let's do. What's the other one? Because I want to show the creepy doll. I don't care. We're gonna clip this and put this on Instagram or Reels or TikTok later. We got to repurpose content on multiple platforms. Here we go. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend to get rid of her creepy dummy? My 22 male girlfriend, 21 female, loves horror. She told me about 3 months ago that she read Goosebumps in elementary school, and it sparked a lifelong interest in horror. And that when she was a kid, all she ever wanted for birthdays / Christmas was a replica of Slappy, the creepy ventriloquist dummy. I'm kind of a wimp about that stuff. What a self-aware guy. I'm kind of a wimp about that stuff. And I think the dummy thing is frankly insane. But I like her enough to ignore it. I like her enough. It's not, I still get laid. So the dummy, fine. Until last week, her birthday, when her mother bought her a Slappy replica. She's afraid of dummies, hence why she never got it for her as a kid. My girlfriend was thrilled. You would have thought her mom had handed her the keys to a Tesla the way she was acting. She was literally crying with happiness when she saw the expensive necklace I got. No, she was literally crying with happiness. When she saw the expensive necklace I got her, she just said thank you. She's totally obsessed with the dummy. Her roommate thinks it's hilarious, and she carries it with her around the apartment like a teddy bear and even sleeps with it in her bed. Oh, no. I kind of snapped last night when I went over, and she was holding the dummy when I answered the door. I told her it was creepy, and she was being weird about it. And she needed to get rid of it. I'll admit I raised my voice a little bit. Okay. Again, we only go by what's in the post, but I do not like you raising your voice about a dummy. My girlfriend started crying and her roommate told me to leave. Ooh, that was more than a voice being raised, I think. Roommate and friends have been texting me saying I'm not supporting her and the dummy is harmless. I mean, unless it's haunted and comes to life and murders us. But girlfriend herself hasn't reached out to me, so am I the asshole? Genuinely, the ventriloquist dummy is inherently creepy because of the media that has portrayed the dummy as like coming to life and but there's more because they found the post. LMAO, Matt, did you seriously not think either of us would see this post? Busted. You only learned about this subreddit because V showed you some of the posts here in an attempt to get you to engage in any of her interests. Makes sense that you only care about it when you could benefit you. I don't know whether this is some passive-aggressive power move to get V to text you back or if you're just that desperate for someone to agree with you. But either way, I don't think it's working out like you hoped. It never does on Reddit. Certainly works well for me since now I don't have to worry about biting my tongue for her sake. I'm assuming this is a roommate. And he quoted the part about her birthday and the necklace and all that stuff. Of course she was excited. It's something that she's wanted for years. And the fact that it came from her mom also made it special since she hates the thing. And you can act all wounded about her not being as thrilled about the necklace, but we both know that you're intentionally leaving out the fact that V fucking told you previously that she doesn't like wearing jewelry. She doesn't like how a lot of it looks. She has sensory problems with it. And no one asked you to spend $1,000 on $1,000 on a necklace that looks like the Amazon logo for a girl you've been with for 7 months. Dude, to be honest, it was just kind of weird. The plot thickens. She got busted. The internet is public. People forget. And then she quotes, I kind of snapped, that the part where I kind of snapped. Kind of, quote, a little bit. You blew up. The people from across the way came to check on us after you left because of you yelling. Fuck this guy. Rather than talking to your girlfriend and expressing your reservations like a normal person, you bottled it up and let it out on her with no warning. I know for sure that V is done with you, but honestly, for the sake of your future relationships, I hope you grow the fuck up and learn to communicate without alerting everyone in the building of your issues. Also, get better taste. Goosebumps is awesome. You're the asshole. And then she posts an edit. She's like, we're having fun watching Goosebumps with Slappy, and I would like to show you that this that's the picture. There it is, right there. Whoops. There is the Slappy dummy that has taken the place of this man. And she's, I don't know if you can see it, she's also wearing the t-shirt that looks like the dummy as well, I believe. Just, I mean, what a joy to see something blow up in someone's face. Let's see. Stephanie makes it fuck Slappy. Yeah, it's creepy, but if you like that sort of thing, like people like Halloween and like jack-o'-lanterns and fucking Nightmare Before Christmas, and Nightmare Before Christmas has like Oogie Boogie with all his roaches and bugs and shit, and people are like, how whimsical, you know? Come on. Jeff, Night of the Living Dummy book, classic. I'm all for it. I like her enough to ignore the interests that make up her actual person. Oh yeah, that was, I like her enough. Why? What a douche this guy is. This guy is giving off real strong nice guy vibes. Like when he tells this story later, he's going to talk about how this girl did not appreciate this $1,000 necklace, and that all she cared about was like she didn't care about it. He's going to be like, I was the nice guy, I gave her everything, he's going to spin this story for the future, because you could feel it coming off him, those nice guy vibes. Jeff saying, it's not like it's a dummy or a doll she found in an abandoned asylum. It's a doll from a kid's horror novel. The fact that it's for kids, does it make it better or worse? Right? Like, if it's for children, you're like not supposed to be scared of it, but that's when you're the most scared of dumb things, right? Like as an adult, I would not be scared if like I saw a ventriloquist dummy, I'd be like, first of all, I'd be like, cool, how much can I sell this for? These things are probably expensive. But like I wouldn't, like as a kid, that's when you believe the dumb things the most. Now I love this girl. Lots of red flags. Stephanie Mercy, you ruined a kick-ass nostalgic gift. The mother went out of her way to find her. Definitely the asshole. Yeah, I mean, truth be told, giving a gift is always like a minefield. Like you always have to the fact that he gave her jewelry, knowing that she does, like, listen to what they tell you. Like don't read, but read the lines first. The between the lines comes after you actually hear the words coming at you, right? Like if they're going to tell you, hey, don't buy me jewelry because I do not enjoy it, don't then be mad when you buy her jewelry that she doesn't enjoy. I feel like that's like a 1 + 1 = 2 scenario that you can put. And also you talk about, I've wanted this for my whole life. Why did you get it for her, asshole? Like what are you talking about? Like there's a what's that Maya Angelou quote? When people tell you who they are, believe them. That's what it should be. You just have to believe it. I think when it comes to children's horror novels, and yeah. Yolanda saying, did she keep the necklace? I hope so. It's worth $1,000 apparently. And also, what a regift. I would regift that. Almost like it's a cursed item. and we're starting a new haunted children's story about a necklace. That's it. Thank you everybody for watching What's Up Bro, and me doing this bullshit here by myself at the end. I would like to invite you all to listen to all the other shows on the Geek Bro Network, such as Better Let Me Tell You, Childlike at Best with Mike Valdez, Kickflix, which should be coming back soon, and everything else at geekbro.net. Just go to geekbro.net, follow us on YouTube and Facebook, and you can watch us live. If you're listening to the audio version of this, follow us, and you can watch us live and join in the comments like everybody else who was commenting today. Follow me at Mike Mercadal and whatwashisname.com for Nary's stuff. And stay tuned for that divorce album coming at ya. Thank you, everybody. That's how winning is done.